Hello world! Wave Time here yet again, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. For some reason, my world got resetted a bit. Not too much, but enough to be an annoyance. So I had to replace an ender chest and all of that, and I don't have any of the stuff going on over here. I still have my fancy pants, so that's always good. So let's try restarting this by putting down our chest and maybe do all of our work in a singular chunk if possible. I think building out this way will be the best way for our success. Let's see. Okay, so we can build out as far as, right here. Okay. Now I have the monitor and all of that fun stuff, so we can place down a monitor. We'll need our central processing unit, as well as backplane, RAM. Actually, this stuff will need a lot more than just that. We'll want our disk drive and our expander. Disk, expander. Let's see. Yep, that'll be good. So one expander to go. We'll need some ribbon cables. Ribbon cables. How do I make so? Go over here, grab some of this. Sorry, mumbling to myself. It won't happen again, I promise. Don't make promises you can't keep. It's really bothersome. Okay, so you got some ribbon cable. We'll need this for over here to connect it, and we'll want to have another connection for another I/O expander in the future. We'll also want to remake the transposer that we're going to need. Transposer. We'll need to make the transposer yet again. Hopefully we have enough good stuff to make the transposer. Thankfully we appear to have it. So we can then take it and place it right where we need it. Anyway you want it. Okay. Let's move this temporarily so that it's over here. We'll need to make another... Why are you raining? We'll need to make another expander later, but for now we can... another expander to control the movement. See, this is going to be two things. We're going to have one expander to control the movements, and another expander to read in the stuff that's going to come in here. Now, the thing is that it's going to be a bit interesting since it's going to be the same address, I'd say. Yeah, it'll be the same address just for the heck of it. So the white wire will come up and go to here to say, okay, can you enter the network if you please? Whereas the other stuff will go by how these, let's go from there. We need to make a detector. An item detector will need a bunch of red doped wafers and brass. We got the brass, we got the tubes, we got the wood. We can make the pressure plates. We'll just need to make red doped wafers. Let's say we need 16 item detectors to keep it symmetrical. Oh, we're also going to want to speed it up because these tubes go at 1 meter per second, which is not fast enough for my liking. So we're going to need to make we should bring this stuff outside of our chest area, you know? Whatever, it's not really built, we can move it later. In fact, I want to eventually make it so that it's a movable module, but that's going to need to come later. Anyways, we need 32 red doped wafers, so we're going to need to get a stack, two stacks of redstone, and we're going to need half a stack of the silicone wafers. I got 4. That's a good start. So let's grab the coal that's in one of our chests and the sand, make some more of those fun stuff, and then get on with the show. Okay, I've got pretty much a basic arrangement of how this is going to go. Now, as you see, this isn't much of a small build, and I don't think it will easily be able to fit in the palm of my hand, let's just say. Therefore, this machine probably won't be very portable. But anyways, all parts are equidistant. So if you follow a path of the tubes, each point will be the same. Now, one thing to note is that we don't have every single bit on here. We'll need to get all of these item detectors on top of these redstone tubes, give us a little more leeway. But as soon as I modify all of these, and I think it's going to be need to set to 1 for each and every single one, we're going to need to modify where those cobblestone are to accelerators. The reason we would want accelerators compared to just the normal tubes, we'll kind of need to have mag tubes as well, is because this system needs to go fast. One of the slowest parts in this entire system is the fact that, hey, it's, a little far from the block breaker that's right here, So I already have one accelerator done, and we're going to need a heck of a lot of mag tubes. The accelerator will take blue alloy ingots and obsidian. I will not have enough obsidian with this, so we need to go way back over here, take this out, and make a bit more obsidian. That'll be good enough. One stack and change. And go get our blue alloy that I started cooking in my alloy furnace. A stack, I think, will be good. So, Philosopher's Stone, get that out of the way. And we will need 16 in total. Now, also, we will need mag tubes. I think a good stack will be good, so we need 8 times 6 of those stuff. Let's get fine copper wire. We got enough glass to drown a hippo. Very precise math involved. I don't even want to tell you how it comes about. Anyways, glass here. Fine copper up here. Getting a lot of mag tubes. I think this will be enough. We're also going to need a battery, so while this rain is going, we can just make ourselves a battery box. Nickelite and copper will be required, so we'll just have to... Hey, wait, doesn't this system have the ability to make copper? No, it has the ability to make copper dust. So we're going to need to get some of our copper dust that we have over here, I think. Yep, over here. Get some of this copper dust. We can start doing this. And after a bit of time-lapsing, we supposedly have enough copper to get working. Now, knowing how this is, it's probably going to drain all of our copper from this thing over here. Stupid thing. Thank you. So we can just throw the copper in so that it won't be annoying and get what we were probably trying to get. Now, what was I looking for? It'll come to me. Okay, so let's just destroy all of these tubes and get all of those done so that we'll be able to replace it all with mag tubes. Battery box, that's what I was doing. Bah. Over here. Nickelite. Try to be wasteful with Nickelite now. Pfft. That was a failure. Nickelite, nickelite, nickelite. Battery box. Yes, please. See what I get for being a good Samaritan? Nothing at all. Okay, we got our battery box. Obviously, it's not going to charge very easily while it is being rained upon. So we're going to need to wait for it to get energy. Let me out of here. But in the meantime, we can steal another solar panel from here since we're really not using this machine anymore. Though it is efficient enough, so why not? We can... Ah, it's lightning. We can keep it in service. Good impression, isn't it? So, let's continue destroying this. Now, I have been thinking about some algorithms that I could be using in this build. It's a little sketchy on what I will be needing to do. So, you'll have to bear with me when I am doing that. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be doing the actual building of this quite yet, since it will be a little difficult. Not the building of it, but the coding. The coding, as I found out, will be so difficult that there's probably no point trying to fiddle with it right now. I should try recording it during the weekend. So for those people in the future, you'll know what I'm talking about. But recording it in the weekend so that I'll be able to think things clearly and not royally mess up like I usually do. So we'll just bring this out and get everything connected, and if I'm lucky in the overworld, it will be nice and sunny. Though what am I talking about? It's never gonna be sunny. What I meant was I'm hoping it's nighttime over in the overworld, because if it is nighttime, that means I'll be able to go to bed and will be thus able to get rid of this blasted rain. 1, 2, okay, and okay, everything is connected. Huh. Yeah, that's alright. It looks like everything's equidistant. Now, the problem with this is that there's no... I'm gonna sleep this off because Mr. Creeper and Spider Jockey are getting a little too friendly right now. So I'm gonna see if I can just run past them and be awesome about it. Ninja! No, you don't. I'm too young to die. Run away, run away, run. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I wish this was one click. Home sweet hole. Night, guys. You see, the problem with having an eternal day world is that you get a very lax security and are thus unable to cope with the sudden creeper attacks when they come due to thunderstorms. Now, I've been lucky and only one creeper has managed to blow up in my face, but thankfully it's not near my expensive electronics, because that would suck. Anyways, let's go to more important things. Now, we're going to have to figure out how and when each detection is going to be. All this stuff will obviously need to go to some central chest at the end of all of this. But when these detect an item, it will then want to send a redstone signal there through one of these tubes. The problem with that is that I'm going to have to figure out a way for that to happen in a short amount of time. That's one. But that's easily rectified by that. But also, I want to be able to be able to register it in a long enough duration. So what I'm thinking is that there will need to be some sort of repeater that will be able to record it long enough to be able to sense with an I/O expander, or I'm just going to have to be blastedly devious with timing. That latter part is not going to be as fun. Third option is to have some sort of not RS NOR latch. By using an RS NOR latch, it will be set when this is gone, powered, but reset when it's, not powered. Not when it's not powered, but anyways. So we're going to have to figure out a good way to keep the timing perfect while continuing everything. I think some slight timing tests would be a good idea. So we can let this thing charge up. Obviously, it is not good enough for any amount of awesome. So let's put a bunch of glass in and have this as the glass chest. In reality, this system will not be able to have a glass chest because, hey, did you know that when block breakers break glass, that it's destroyed? Oh my goodness, I never would have thought that. Thus, it's not going to be a really good idea to do that. So, let's put the lever down for testing purposes. And we're going to have to wait for that to fill up. In fact, let's just get a battery somewhere to do a battery of tests. Ha ha ha. And wow, I kind of just stun myself by my stupidity sometimes. Then we'll be able to check this stuff. Now let's see. Oh, it's powered. Ding ding ding. Okay. Now I didn't count how fast that went. Oh, it probably went to another one of these filters. Yeah, it went to that one, so... Darn it, the cat's scratching at something. Get away! Thank you. Okay. Stupid cat. Stupid cat. Okay, so one way to test this would be to get rid of all the variables or to put everything else at something else. So what we're going to do is eliminate, 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 eliminate. Okay, so that's really the only viable option. And we can thank the block breakers for all of its help. Thank you very much, block breakers or filters. You're probably filters. Yep, I'll thank the filters instead. Stupid block breakers. And we can do that test again. Okay. Okay, that took like 3 seconds. 3 seconds like max. That's not much time, though that is enough to get it. Now, how long is the tick delay? It's very freaking fast. So if we put some sort of repeater, hey, wait a second. I think that will be a much better idea than to bring those there. If we put a repeater on the tube, like right, not there, like there, and make a repeater, we'll be able to do stuff. Now, obviously, the problem is I don't have any repeaters, herp derp. One way to test if it travels through, though, is by using a NOT gate, and hoping that I can get the timing right to see it. Yep, it flipped. Okay, by flipping, it means that it is actually receiving the power. Now, when that happens, I will want it to then go to a cable. So, for instance, this unknown cable will go to orange. And then this orange cable will then be brought to a bundled cable, which will bundle them all together until it gets everything. So I'm going to show you what happens. Then I'm going to do some timing issues. I want to get the delay perfect. I think I can at least show you the code for that much. Going to have to find one of the blank floppies, the fourth disk, boot up our computer. Boot, so it doesn't give us the boot. We have enough RAM, and then I'm going to go start crafting that bloody repeater. I wonder, do you have a bloody repeater? Apparently not. It doesn't like having bloody stuff. So repeater, not too complicated. I'll go craft that. You don't want to see that, so be right back. I'm really loving my fancy pants, guys. Woohoo! Okay, pretty much here I got an example set up of what we're going to be doing for, well, all 16 of these. Probably going to need to bring it around and everything, but anyways, just hear me out. So, when the machine eventually, through the wireless signal that goes through here and goes bam, 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 wireless signals, woohoo! A little too much? Yeah, I thought so. When it goes and says, okay, break the block, the machine will break the block. Then it'll go here. The machine will then tell it to go, okay, analyze block, go. It'll then send it through the system and then bring it on top of there. But then it pauses an amount of time for analytical reasons so that it'll be able to say, okay, I think you have cobblestone. Yay. Then when it has cobblestone, it'll record the value depending on which wire was on. So white would have been on, and then it'll know that, hey, white is on, therefore I should probably record that in some sort of variable. Now, how I am thinking of things is, think of it this way. Variables, when you type in variable, you then assign at the pointer the address for this particular variable. So say we have test, variable test. And then we do test, and instead of at, we just do period. This is the address of test. So 7603 is what test's address is. The same thing goes with when you create an array. So we do create. Create says that the next few things until you get to a lot is very important. So create 10 cells. Create, probably should put a name. Tester 10 cells a lot. See if it works before I do anything. Okay, so create tester 10 cells a lot says that I want to create 10 cells. So when we do tester, let's go into the basics of what the array does. What this array does is it says, yeah, I want 10 cells, but each cell is 2 bytes, or one more address. So it assigns tester where the address where all of these arrays are going. Let's put it this way. When we say create tester 10 cells a lot, we're creating in the memory 10 locations. 10 locations right here. So testers, when you say tester, its location is right here, and then it's tester 0, tester 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then this is the next address, so when you put it that way, it starts as there's nothing there. The pointer for the addresses is right here saying, okay, this is the next free space. When you put this line, it assigns all of that to tester, and then put, okay, the next free space is here. But we can use that to our advantage. The pointer is now there. But tester is still given a value. I'm guessing it's 7605. Close enough. So tester is there. But when we want to call a specific location in tester, we do tester, say location 0, cells plus. That'll give the location of the 0 part in tester, which is the same location. But when we do tester 1 cells plus, I'm guessing 7621. Yes. Basically, when you do 1 cells plus, it adds 2 to the tester. So it's kind of, cells is kind of a tricky operation. What cells, I believe, is akin to is doing 2 times. So 1 cells plus is pretty much the exact same as 1, 2 times plus, which adds to the address. So why should I care about that? Other than steak, you should care for this reason. Knowing this, we can assign, instead of, say we want to call tester in some sort of line of code, but you're not going to be sure of how much space you can allot. What you can do is, well, assign the amount of space that you want to do, then write your code and hope that you have enough space. Or you can do something tricky and see test up there. How about we assign test the value of the location of tester. So 7619 test assign. So in the location of test, we have tester's address. So instead of putting tester number sign or whatever cells plus at, we can instead do something a little trickier, and instead of tester, we can put test at the number cells plus at. It does the exact same thing, but the key is that if we want to add more code, instead of having to go back and re-edit the code and everything, all you have to do is assign test a new value. Thus, we'd be able to write the code in, make some test programs and whatnot, but we'll then be able to make a huge array at the very end using the rest of the space, and then we'll be able to go, yep, okay, our location is 7619, so use that array location. You know, it could also be used to store multiple smaller blueprints on one disk, but there would be no point of doing that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just fix up this machine so that it'll be able to accurately analyze everything, and I'll do some basic work in getting the mag tubes and whatnot, but also timing will be an issue, and I'll craft those fancy receivers and the repeaters. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to more episodes. I think I'm just gonna... I think what I'm gonna do is have this go for a test run, and next episode I'll finish creating this module right here. And yeah, then I'll make the other module. This module pretty much has to go with that and whatnot, whatever. Let's make it up as we go. Wave time. Signing off. Have a wonderful day. Jump over the cactus now!